Hey everyone, it's Matt. We have a bunch of meetings cooking when it comes to stimulus and stimulus checks. I'll let you know what we have brewing on the stimulus stovetop. So let's get right into it. Also, side note, I have no idea where the cooking analogy just came from, but we're going to roll with it anyway. All right, so let's get into it. But welcome everybody. Thank you so much for checking me out. My name is Matt. My dedication is to be here every single day as your daily advocate, helping you navigate this time and making sure you're taking advantage of any and all benefits, programs, and money that you're possibly eligible for and that you can get your hands on during this time. So if you like the sound of that, make sure to share this video with your friends, family, and social media so we can help out as many people as we possibly can. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. Also, if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I really, truly do appreciate your support, and it's always so nice to see all of you down in the comments section. So thank you. It's awesome to see you here. All right, so let's talk about all these meetings that have been taking place and what this means going forward over the coming days regarding stimulus and stimulus checks, the infamous stimulus checks that all of us want to hit our accounts right away, right? Yeah, so Chuck Schumer, remember Chuck Schumer? He is now the new majority leader within the Senate. He took over for Mitch McConnell. So we got Chuck in there now. And Chuck is telling senators to get ready to vote on a budget reconciliation package as early as next week. This is in reference to the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, or any stimulus package that would be coming through between now and then that they want to vote on with budget reconciliation. So I talked about this budget reconciliation a little bit yesterday. I'll just briefly talk about this for just a second. So basically, budget reconciliation is just their way to get a package through, or like a bill through, as quickly as possible. It requires minimal support in the Senate. 51 votes would get it through in the Senate versus going through with bipartisan support in the Senate, which would require the 60 votes to get it through the Senate, which would take probably a lot longer. Realistically, there's going to be a lot more negotiating back and forth. And with the budget recon idea, basically they can just kind of push something through much more quickly with partisan support, more or less. So again, I don't want to talk about that all that much because I talked about it yesterday, but we can hit on that more in future videos. I want to talk more about the meetings and the stimulus packages, but I hope that clears it up a little bit. So anyway, that's what Chuck said. Now, remember the Problem Solvers Caucus? This was it's that bipartisan group of House representatives. We heard from them late last summer. They had that amazing stimulus package that came out. Remember that thing? It was priced at about like 1.9 trillion or whatever it was. And there was a lot of really good things in there. A couple stimulus checks, 2 stimulus checks, in fact. Well, anyway, I won't get into all the details on that. But anyway, this bipartisan group, the Problem Solvers Caucus, is back once again. We haven't heard from them in a while, but yesterday they met with administration officials to discuss the $1.9 trillion stimulus package and or any stimulus package that they possibly might work up. We'll have to see what they come up with. I'm thinking that they are secretly working on a stimulus package behind the scenes right now. It would not surprise me one bit if they are. And I'm actually really interested to see what they come up with because, like I said, last summer they had a pretty nice stimulus package that they presented, which unfortunately was left on the table and not taken by Congress. At the same time, remember on Sunday, a couple days ago, we had that bipartisan group of senators. They met once again to discuss the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. Well, once again, this bipartisan group is coming together. This bipartisan group of senators, by the way, is coming together to work up their own targeted stimulus package that they are going to be presenting. So that's pretty interesting. At the same time, Susan Collins, she is one of the senators within this bipartisan group. She's coming together. She's also one of them that helped craft the $900 billion package that was passed late in 2020. So anyway, she's coming together once again with this bipartisan group of senators, and she is working together on this next targeted stimulus package that they are working up together. Within this targeted package, they've made it very clear that they want to focus on a couple things: vaccine distribution and sending out economic relief to those individuals or those Americans who are most in need. Now, let me talk about that for just a second. You might be wondering, what is economic relief, or what are you talking about there? That's basically just a fancy way of saying stimulus checks, direct payments, economic impact payments. There's so many different ways that they refer to these stimulus checks, but that's essentially just a really nice and fancy way of saying stimulus checks, direct payments to those Americans who are most in need. That's what they're talking about there. So at the same time, we have bipartisan support kind of across the board from Democrats, Republicans, House representatives, and senators. So many people across the board saying, yeah, we support another round of stimulus checks. $1,400 sounds good to us. We'll support that. But here's the problem. We want it to go to those Americans who are the neediest of Americans. We want it to go to those people who need it the most. We want it to be focused on those individuals. And the rebuttal is, I talked about this yesterday, but I want to bring it up because it continues to come up. Everybody continues to reference this, and that is, they cite these American families who are earning, say, $300,000 a year, getting stimulus checks, and they're saying, why is a family earning 300 grand a year getting stimulus checks? Why are they getting thousands of dollars of stimulus checks for all of the members of their family? It simply doesn't make sense, right? These families don't need the support, is basically what they're arguing. So they're saying, hey, we support another round of $1,400. That's totally cool. We're fine with it. We're good with it. Let's do it. But the rebuttal we have is, let's make it focused. Let's focus it on those individuals who are most in need and who need it desperately during this time. Let's not send out $1,400 stimulus checks to a family of 5 that's bringing down 300 grand a year, right? So, because then thousands of dollars would be going to these families. So I really wanted to emphasize that because that's the argument that they continue to make, is citing these high-earning families that are getting thousands of dollars worth of stimulus checks. At the same time, it's really appealing to a lot of these people, simply people being the lawmakers, the people in Congress, simply because it would lower the overall price tag on the package. So it would help out, a lot more Republicans come on board with supporting this package because they'd say, okay, we're lowering the price tag by, quite a bit by cutting out, however many people, by lowering the income thresholds of the people who would be receiving these stimulus packages or these stimulus checks. Another thing too, Joe Biden has come out in the last couple of days and said, yeah, you know what, this is the starting point. I'll negotiate. I'm totally fine negotiating. And he has actually made it clear that he is fine negotiating on the income thresholds of who receives these next stimulus checks. So we'll have to see what they actually come up with these proposals. But I would anticipate over the coming days, I would not be shocked one bit to see another stimulus package come out of the Problem Solvers Caucus. If they come out with a proposal, which I'm very interested to see if they have one, I wouldn't be shocked one bit if they do over the coming days here. And this bipartisan group of senators, again, I wouldn't be shocked. Well, we know, they said it right there, that they're going to be working on a package, a more targeted package that focuses on those elements that I talked about just a second ago. I'm interested to see what they come up with in that package, and the income thresholds as far as who's going to receive the stimulus check in what they are proposing. So there's going to be a lot being proposed here and coming out within the next couple days. Certainly going to be interesting. And like I said, Chuck Schumer told senators, hey, get ready to start voting. We're going to be voting next week. All right, one more thing, and then I'll let you go for a couple hours until I come back this afternoon. And that is Bernie Sanders. Remember Bernie? I talked about him yesterday. He basically is saying that he is working on a budget package right now that he plans on bringing to present next week and for some voting on next week as well. So Bernie, again, he is also working on a budget package. And Bernie is also one of these people that is saying, we're also going to go with the budget reconciliation idea and method to get this thing passed through as quickly as possible with minimal opposition, because it only requires that 51 votes in the Senate to, get it through and to get it on to the president for a signature. So we have Bernie and we have Chuck saying they're going reconciliation process, and we have Joe Biden saying, no. We're not going budget reconciliation. We're going with, we want to go with bipartisan support. We want to get it through the Senate with 60 votes, and we want Republicans, everybody to come on board and support this thing unanimously. So we'll have to see what actually happens. But either way, I think all of us can probably agree we need speed at this point, right? Just no matter what you guys do, we don't really care what you guys do. Just throw some stimulus checks in there and get some speed, expedite the process, get this thing passed as quickly as possible. I think many of us here are probably thinking the same thing, right? So we'll have to see what happens. But over the next couple days here, we're probably going to get some more insight into this next stimulus bill and what everybody's thinking. So either way, my dedication, I'll keep you posted, and I'll let you know which elements of this package you can grab for yourself. So that's about all we have as of right now. I will be back this afternoon with more videos. But thanks, everybody. I really do appreciate you. Make sure to share this video or any others of the 800 videos here on the channel with your friends, family, and social media, as well as make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below. Thanks, everybody. I'll catch you later. Stay